You think you've seen bad cops? Watch this.
Don't ever touch me again.
Sir.
Get the off me.
Sir.
This police sergeant grabbed a young female officer by the neck. He was nearly twice her age, twice her size, and had 30 years on the force. And still this is what he did. But the wildest part, most people still have no idea this even happened. The footage is from November 19, 2021 in Sunrise, Florida. It shows 47-year-old Sergeant Christopher Pulias arriving at a scene where the situation was already under control. A male suspect was handcuffed, sitting in a patrol car, no longer a threat. But instead of calming things down, Pulias did the opposite. He walked straight up to the suspect and started yelling in his face and raised a can of pepper spray like he was ready to use it. That's when a 27-year-old officer stepped in. With just 2 years on the job, she saw her supervisor losing control and decided to act. She grabbed his duty belt and tried to pull him back, not to challenge him, but to stop things from getting worse. Instead of stepping back, Pulias turned around, grabbed her by the neck, and pushed her against a patrol car. This wasn't a reaction. It was assault. And remember, she was a junior officer who risked her job just to stop her supervisor from abusing his power. If she hadn't stepped in, who would have? If there was no camera, would anyone believe her? Pulias wasn't fired immediately. Instead, he was put on paid administrative leave, but later changed to unpaid. Then, just months later, he quietly retired by submitting a one-sentence memo to the chief and walked away with a full pension. It took 8 months of public pressure before charges were filed. He was finally arrested and hit with 4 criminal charges, including felony battery on a law enforcement officer, assault on an officer, assault on a civilian, tampering with evidence because he told cops to turn off their body cams after the attack. And guess what? After all these charges, he pleaded not guilty to any of the charges. But that doesn't mean he's innocent. It means he didn't admit guilt at the start. His case is still ongoing. If convicted, he could face up to 11 years in total. 5 years for felony battery, 1 year for assaulting an officer, 60 days for assaulting a civilian, and 5 years for tampering with evidence. If this happened to a fellow officer with video proof and still no justice served nearly 4 years later, what hope do civilians have when they're the ones facing abuse?